I feel like I kind of overachieved anyways to get to that point to be leading on the last lap. And then Darlington was one that you got away late, but
surprised. We have a graphic. I don't know if we're going to show it right now, but I'm telling you, I was surprised. And when I told you the numbers, you were all over it. I think this old 5-car, Cliff Daniels and company, they're pretty stout against this. Look at this. We found it here. Jimmie Johnson, Chad Canal, 7 wins against your 14, 23 top 5s to 35. Look at the laps led, 1,500 to 3,600. They dominated most of my career. 5 championships in a row, Tony. You lived some of it. My gosh, it was excruciating. You have the chance to do even worse than that to these poor individuals racing against you on this racetrack.
No, it's crazy. I mean, when you look at that, like, we all, yes, as you said, like Jimmie Johnson and Chad, like it just seemed like they won all the time. So
they did.
To see, twice as many wins, a lot more top 5s, and a lot more laps led it's crazy. I don't think you really realize the success that you're having when you're living it. But Cliff Daniels, my whole team, they're so good, and the leadership that Cliff brings to the team really, I think, allows us to go out there and perform like that. So. And not only the 5 team, but we have great teammates and teams that work together, and that's really what elevates all of us. So I hope to be there for a long time and eventually catch Jimmy's stats, but I know that'd be tough.
Yeah, he calls you the next Jeff Gordon. You said what he's done, he'll be the best ever.
I think he's going to be the best ever. I mean, I think he's the best ever right now. I mean, I get to see him in a lot of different disciplines that a lot of race fans don't see, and I know what I see in this
That's
kid.
incredible praise. Good luck when we run the 600. Appreciate you coming by.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Continued success, Kyle Larson. Let's head back to the studio and Shannon and company in Charlotte.
Chris, I want to pick up on what you guys were just talking about, referencing that Kyle Larson is like Jeff Gordon. And I said to you while we were listening to the interview, who does he remind you of? He can jump in any kind of car and win. He can go to any racetrack and win. And what did you say?
I said the guy sitting next to him, Tony Stewart. I mean, he's kind of the modern day Tony Stewart. But, Kyle was my teammate for 4 years, 5 years. And what is so impressive to me, because I remember coming here and I would praise him. I'm like, man, Kyle's so good, right? And you guys would all give me a hard time. But he continues to get better and better every single year. And the best reference I can give you is Martinsville. He was horrible at Martinsville. And I remember we would joke around about how bad he was at Martinsville. He won there this year. He worked really hard to get better at that track. So he was already good. And his only weakness to me now is probably at a Daytona or a Talladega. But this year in the 500, he was in contention to win at the end, got caught up in a wreck. He'll win a super speedway eventually. He just doesn't really have a weakness. Good at every type track. And if he struggles somewhere, he figures out how to get better at that. It would be very easy if you're Kyle Larson just to forget about Martinsville and move on, because you're going to win, get in the playoffs. But he knows that he wants to be able to win at every type track, and it's unbelievable every year what he's able to do.
But he mentioned the leadership of Cliff Daniels. This race a year ago is the reason after the race that I basically went home and I took the picture of Lyndon the kids down above the fireplace and put a picture of Cliff Daniels, because he is my new hero. He said it on the radio. He said, we have spun out. We have been sent to the rear 3 times. We have literally been on fire. We're the most penalized team of the night, but that leadership and Kyle Larson's determination got them to a top 10 finish. And I know they didn't win the championship last year, but that shows championship form.
I love Larry, and I like Kyle Larson, but there's no way in hell I'm going to take a picture of my family.
Linda's not happy about it at all.
The comparison with Chad and Jimmy, I mean, maybe they haven't gotten to the cookie and milk place right yet that Jimmy and Chad were at. But I think it's just the leadership and the way these guys work together. For a crew chief, what is it like to have a driver like Kyle? And I guess for your perspective, what's it like to be a teammate?
There's a little bit of difference, I think, when you compare Cliff to Chad, because Chad used to say things on the radio that I'm like, I would just turn my radio off if I were Jimmy. I'd be like, I'm turning it off and I'm not listening the rest of the night. I feel like Cliff is more constructive. Like, he doesn't tell Kyle how to drive the car. He tells him, look, this is where you're going to be, and this is what I think you could do. And he always has that, just his demeanor, his calm voice, all of that is, to me, the best combination right now they have.
Yeah, and I just get a feeling that Kyle Larson believes any and everything that Cliff Daniels tells him, and I believe vice versa. And I think that's the reason they just absolutely complement each other week in and week out, no matter if they're winning or no matter if they're just trying to struggle to get back in the game.
Compliment each other like the guys at the track, and we compliment them and they compliment us. Let's head back out to them because they've got a very special guest.
Hey, thanks. We're with Danny McBride, actor, comedian, writer, and pace car was going to be driver, Danny, for the 600, but because of the rain, you're just going to ride now?
I'm just riding shotgun, yes. So not quite as exciting as what it was going to be.
All right, so we've seen you fans familiar, eastbound and down, and then vice principals also, yes. And you've got Righteous Gemstones is coming up next.
Yes, the third season of Righteous Gemstones premieres June 18th on HBO, coming out soon.
And what do you play? You're not a race car driver.
I'm not. I'm a televangelist.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, we have our own. We bring our own every week.
Well, you said you're an actor comedian. I've been working on that for years. That's why I got stuck at this job. That's okay. You take what you can get. So, are you a race fan? Have you been to NASCAR races before?
I have been to NASCAR races before. I have not been to one at the Charlotte Speedway. This is my first time. I was here one time when I was in college. I dated a girl, and her father went to some fast track thing where they were training businessmen to ride.
Was that the character in real life?
It was in real life.
Happened in real life?
He took me here, and he made me watch him race. I sat here for like 3 hours, just watched my girlfri's dad
How'd
race
that
around
work
the
out?
track.
You guys end up together?
We're not together anymore. I think he weeded me out after that.
Literally, but you're from Georgia, right?
I was born in Statesboro, Georgia.
All right, so you got some, you got Chase Sell, you got some guys to root for just based on where you're from.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I think a big disappointing thing for the fans tonight is this was going to be the first race where they've ever seen the pace car win. That was what was going to happen today. I was not going to get off the track. I was going to keep going, but that's obviously not going to happen if the rain picks up.
Confidence is high. I love it. I think character, right? In character, you would own the infield at a NASCAR race.
You think
You
so?
would come back and hang with Oak Clint one night.
Yes.
Come back on a Saturday night. Let's take it all the way. We will win the infield.
Talladega would be good. You look like you could appear at Talladega night.
I might be able to. I might have that DNA, sure.
What's the fastest you've ever gone in a car?
I can't even count. Yeah, I've gone fast enough to go back in time and Back to the Future.
That's a good movie.
I don't know how fast do Ford Escorts get. That's what I cruise around in. So whatever, I've maxed that out.
Well, we've been talking about the aerodynamics of the Ford, so we got to work on that one a little bit. Do you have a favorite driver, either currently or just growing up?
Well, I just met Jimmy Johnson, so that's pretty awesome. So yeah, rooting for him tonight.
It's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one to pull for. Seven-time champion.
Won a couple races.
Good lock-in, shoe-in bet right there.
First car you ever owned? What was it?
It was a Ford Escort. Yeah,
Really?
Still got it.
Cherry red. Yep, hatchback.
First and last. I hope the gemstone thing works out for you.
Yeah, me too.
All right, well, thanks for coming by. It was nice meeting you. Have fun.
Really nice
Once we do get the race going.
Thank you.
All right, Danny McBride with us. We're going to continue live as the rain continues to fall. It's lightened up a bit, but you see the jet dryers are out. They're using my hair dryer, your hair dryer. Danny, whatever it takes. We'll update you.
silver lining there.
Live on Fox.
There we go.
Known as a passionate artist, known for loving the outdoors, known for getting everyone together. No one wants to be known for cancer, but a treatment can be. Keytruda is known to treat cancer, FDA approved for 16 types of cancer, including certain early-stage cancers. One of those cancers is triple-negative breast cancer. Keytruda may be used with chemotherapy medicines as treatment before surgery and then continued alone after surgery when you have early-stage breast cancer and are at high risk of it coming back.
Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body during or after treatment. This may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching or flushing. There may be other side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems. If you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant, receive chest radiation, or have a nervous system problem.
Keytruda is an immunotherapy and is also being studied in hundreds of clinical trials exploring ways to treat even more types of cancer. It's true, Keytruda from Merck. See all the types of cancer Keytruda is known for at Keytruda.com and ask your doctor if Keytruda could be right for you.
Here we are, months into the season, and already a year's worth of drama. Big names are back doing big things, even if it's for new teams. While the 24 isn't afraid to wear a couple new hats. And as for the racing, no words needed. It's coming in fast, so better keep your head on a swivel.
Saturday, it's baseball night in America on Fox. The Yankees and the Dodgers. Two heavyweights collide in an East versus West battle. It's baseball night in America, Saturday at 7 Eastern on Fox.
The sports world loves the USFL.
Here we go.
This is the gridiron phenomenon that fans are going crazy for.
Look at that!
The USFL, next Sunday at 1 and 4 Eastern on Fox.
If you want to learn more about our fallen military heroes and find ways to honor them, please visit usaa.com/Memorial Day. And at the bottom of the screen, we will run the names and honor those that have served us with the ultimate sacrifice that have been lost in the last year. Earlier today, Coca-Cola hosting a luncheon to honor and recognize Gold Star families who gave the ultimate sacrifice and exemplify the true meaning of Memorial Day. Gold Star families met with former Coca-Cola racing family drivers and military leadership. And as part of this esteemed event, Coca-Cola salutes these and all military families from coast to coast.
Despite all this pouring rain, everybody is so up and so excited. And it has been a wonderful day here. Friends, meeting personalities, meeting other Gold Star families. It's really been amazing.
The Coca-Cola Company is honored to be part of the Coca-Cola 600 and the celebration that took place today here at Charlotte Motor Speedway as we celebrated and honored the Gold Star families and the ultimate sacrifice they paid for our country. While it took many partners to bring this to life, Norwegian Cruise Lines helped make this day very special. Thank you to all of our men and women who actively serve, and we are honored and humbled to be a part of this on Memorial Day weekend. God bless America.
250 Gold Star families in attendance this weekend, and we think of them everywhere. Well, earlier today, and actually a few weeks ago, we talked to Denny Hamlin, but as the winner of last year's Coca-Cola 600, he got to take part in what has become a tradition where the winner of the Coke 600 goes to the Arlington National Cemetery.
As previous winner of the Coke 600, I get the honor of changing the wreath at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. I stand on the steps of something that's been there for over 100 years. You just get a feeling of, this is a proud moment and something that's very special.
Coming here to Arlington National Cemetery, I like to force myself to consider the bravery and the sacrifices, the courage that is beyond what I can imagine.
You really get to see the perspective of 400,000 tombs. But then when you start to look at the names, this is someone's brother, or sister, or mother, or father.
Everyone out here represents part of America that was paid to protect us all and give us all some freedom from enemies far and wide.
Till you see it in person, you really don't understand how important it is to our country.
Yeah, we could talk about the racing, we could talk about the rain, we could talk about what we've seen all day, but truly this is that right there. What Denny experienced, what these drivers will experience with 600 miles of remembrance is what today's all about.
And that just has to be so surreal for them to go up there. And, you know, one thing about it, you talked about the biggest day in motorsports, and you think about over 250,000 people gathering at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Think about over 100,000 gathering at Charlotte. The reason we can do it, and they could do it in Indy earlier today, and not think twice about it and feel safe, is because of that ultimate sacrifice that so many of our fallen military heroes made to protect our freedom, and we can do what we do and feel good about it.
It's one of the best traditions recently started that I can think of. Marcus Smith to take the winner from the Coke 600 the previous year up there, let them experience that and be a part of it. All the drivers are going to want to be a part of that. It's a great tribute to our country. And, you know, we talked about this a little bit earlier, but when you meet the family of the soldier that's on your windshield on pit road, it's amazing to hear the story. They want to talk about the soldier on the windshield, whether it's a son or a father or a brother. But you immediately, as a driver, you want to win the race, but you want to go to victory lane so you can take that family with you. It'd be just so special to be in there and to be able to celebrate that soldier in victory lane at Charlottetown.
Yes, certainly. Everybody thinking about Memorial Day, all of those cars will carry the name of a soldier. The 6th car of Brad Keselowski will carry the name of Staff Sergeant Curtis Roy Klein. In 1969, Klein was listed missing in action at the age of 20, just 4 months into active duty during the Vietnam War. His brother and his nephew, also veterans, have dreamed of this opportunity to honor Staff Sergeant Klein.
We were young boys, grew up on a farm. He was younger, and I rebuilt an engine in his car for him. You know, we did things like that together. And my brother was a good kid. It was hard seeing him go over to Vietnam. He was in the 4th Infantry Division, and he served on patrols over there, and he was right out there in it. They were crossing a river. He had a line that he was crossing the river with, and he lost his grip, and he was swept away. He was never seen again. Years went by, and they declared my brother dead. We lost him.
We big NASCAR fans, you know, growing up, trips to MIS when we was kids, and so we watch NASCAR races, and especially the Memorial Day race because it's such a meaningful event.
And we're both veterans.
And we're both veterans. And so I wonder how someone gets their name put on a car like that. Wrote a letter. NASCAR got a hold of me about a month ago and said, we're going to be able to honor your uncle at the Coca-Cola 600.
Were you guys ready to see the full deal here? You ready to see this windshield? All right, 3, 2, 1, let's go. When they see their family member or loved one's name on our cars, I think it hits them really hard that that person has not been forgotten, and that their service and sacrifice meant something to someone somewhere.
To honor him, to remember him, to have this story and these memories that, you know, we can share for our family.
Son. I love him and I'm proud of him.
You're always trying to, you know, make your parents proud, but especially your dad. I love you, Dad. Memorial Day means different things to different people, but to veterans, you know, especially.
It's just deeper.
Gold Star family veterans, the dead don't have a voice. And for your family member to be remembered and for other people to say their name, they're not being forgotten.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been over the years been able to spend some time with some Gold Star families, and the pain on these days is so real within those families. The loss that they feel, it doesn't matter how much time has passed. And what Brad just said was for these families to see the name of their fallen on that car and to know that they're not forgotten. That is such a huge thing, and just a small gratitude that we're able to give them on this day.
Yeah, and you could see it and hear it with the Kleins, for their family member to be remembered. That has to be so special to them. And I know everyone honors our fallen military heroes on Memorial Day. I'm a little bit prejudiced. Nobody does it better than NASCAR, than Charlotte Motor Speedway, than the race teams and Fox NASCAR. Nobody does it better.
The pomp and circumstance, we were talking about that, right? Everything that goes on.
Yeah, and I mean, that's such a great story, and the fact that they were fans and they reached out to NASCAR and were able to get their uncle and their brother's name on the car to be remembered. It's so special, and the thing that stuck out to me in that whole piece was he talked about how Memorial Day meant something different to each of us, and if you're a family member of a fallen soldier, it's much deeper for you. Mm-hmm. I love what NASCAR is able to do on this particular weekend. I grew up in a family that Memorial Day, when I was a kid, we used to go put flags at all the soldiers' grave sites. I remember getting up at 5 a.m. and going out with my uncle and doing this, and it was a tradition I did for years, because I would get out of school and go stay with my uncle who was a member of the American Legion, the VFW. So I don't know, it's so heart-wrenching to hear these stories. It also makes you happy to see that you're able to pay tribute to them.
Yeah. And you said it, Shannon. I mean, whatever car goes to victory lane, whatever fallen hero is across that windshield, and hopefully their family's there and they can go enjoy being in victory lane and seeing their family member being honored.
It is a big deal. Thank you again to all the servicemen and servicewomen out there, and of course all of the families who have given the ultimate sacrifice for us to be able to do what we love to do on this Memorial Day weekend.
I have no illusions about what little I can add now to the silent testimony of those who gave their lives willingly for their country. Words are even more feeble on this Memorial Day, for the sight before us is that of a strong and good nation that stands in silence and remembers those who were loved and who, in return, loved their countrymen enough to die for them.
If those who fought and died for us could talk to us on this Memorial Day, they might well ask, America, have you made our sacrifice matter?
The joys of liberty are often purchased by the sacrifices of those who serve a cause greater than themselves. We pay tribute to all who have fallen, a tribute never equal to the debt they are owed.
My fellow Americans, today and every day, listen to the stories these Gold Star families and veterans have to tell. Ask about who he or she was, why they volunteered. Hear from those who loved them about what their smile looked like and their laugh sounded like and the dreams they had for their lives. We are so proud of them. We are so grateful for their sacrifice. We are so thankful to those families of the fallen.
Gosh. Thank you. For your sacrifice, thank you.
Thank you. There's people that have made sacrifices beyond my imagination. I'm so proud of them and thankful to be here.
Fancy ran off a cupcake.
Listen, don't worry. I'll find your dog.
Oh, my baby. Thank you so much.
Well, on that, beat me to it.
You can count on me. Just like people have been relying on Geico for over 85 years.
And he beat me to that.
We all know you could have helped, too. Oh, be nice. I know, so sensitive.
Okay. Can I have my dog?
Oh, yeah, of course.
Thank you so much.
You know, will you?
Let me have my moment.
Geico. Over 85 years of trusted service.
I got hit with an EFP.
that tore through the vehicle, tore through everything. I was just lucky that I had a phenomenal medic, phenomenal first response to my issues.
For every wounded veteran, there's a family behind them too who wants life to be as normal as possible. And so when the foundation provides homes for families, that happens.
When I'm in my home, I'm not fighting the world right now because it's made for me.
Go to T2T.org now.
NASCAR Race Hub, weeknights on FS1.
Down the shore, up north, or out east. Before you can get there, you've got to get here. The Ford Memorial Day sales event. We're bringing deals that put summer in high gear. Get into the new Ford F-150, the Bronco Sport, the Escape, or the Explorer. Because now's the time to start your summer right. This Memorial Day, lease the Built Wild Ford Bronco Sport for $329 a month. View more offers at buyfordnow.com.
Feel the roar of the crowd as you play your favorite games. And claim 50 free spins and a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 when you start playing at Hard Rock Online Casino.
Let's be honest, the rent-a-car industry is the definition of boring, and the reason can be found in the name itself. Rent a car? That's why we don't offer a car. We offer the car. 6. Rent the car.
It's not spring, and it's not summer. So what season is it? It's the season to hurry into your Chrysler dealer for great deals on the Chrysler Pacifica, the most awarded, most technologically advanced, and America's first and only plug-in hybrid minivan. Start Chrysler Pacifica season with great deals going on now. During Chrysler Pacifica season, current owners or lessees of competitive vehicles get $11,200 in lease support on the 2023 Chrysler Pacifica Hybrid Touring L.
Drivers, start your engines.
You know, guys, I always thought we'd be a pretty good racing team.
I agree, actually.
It's a family affair.
We've had so many successful racing brothers.
Well, you think NASCAR is a family affair. It's known for successful brothers.
Which is why we're here to announce our official entry to NASCAR as the Jonas Brothers.
Who's driving, you may ask?
All of us. There will be 3 steering wheels. Only one of them will work, and none of us will know which one it is.
That way, none of us can take the blame if we lose. 3 steering wheels is better than 2. It's basic math.
True. Well, whatever family you're watching with, we hope you enjoy the race together this weekend.
Now be sure to check out the Jonas Brothers' new album, The Album, available now. I wonder if the Jonas Brothers racing team, the car would have 3 steering wheels. Kind of like it. All right, let's check in with Michael Waltrip as the rain continues to fall here at Charlotte Motor Speedway on race day, presented by Coca-Cola. Michael?
Thank you, Chris. We're in the garage area. We're going to do a garage walk instead of a grid walk today. The weather is quite challenging. How was the car in practice, Ross?
Oh, man, Mikey, I got to tell you, this Trackhouse #1 team with Advent Help, they had it handling great. I mean, I didn't have one thing to complain about.
Are you lifting any in the corners?
I never actually touched the gas either. I mean, I was so fast I didn't have to even touch anything. It was amazing.
You are doing some great things this year. Congratulations.
Thank you. They're building rocket ships, so that's all that matters.
Okay, go get them when we go.
When we go, we'll be ready.
Right on. Daniel Suarez, how are you, my friend?
Mikey, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
I am doing wonderful. I'm having a great afternoon. I got my family here. The weather's challenging. How do you pass the time, and how do you feel about this race once we get going?
Well, I feel great about the race. Once we get going, I feel like it's going to be a lot of fun. You know, I always get a lot of excitement in races that we don't get to practice or qualify. You know, we go straight because it's all about the work that engineers, mechanics, and everything that is back at the shop. So it's a hard test. But overall, I'm happy to be here, spending some good time with my amigas here.
Hey, do you have a question for Daniel?
Sí. Y tu amigo estaba conduciendo en el Indy 500, ¿no?
Pato estaba haciendo muy bien en Indy 500, desafortunadamente.
Hey, do you think they're talking about me? Are y'all talking about me?
We're talking about your hat. The hat is super nice.
Super nice.
Suits you so well, Mike.
All right, have fun, buddy.
Thank you, amigo. Stay dry.
Love the smiles. Appreciate you. All right, let's see.
Oh, yeah.
You want to bring it?
No, you don't want to be a fight.
No, you're right. I don't. I better just slip by there. Don't need any of that action. All the guys hanging out, waiting for the word from NASCAR to see what's next. Some of the drivers are in their uniforms, you can believe that or not. Rodney Childers is hiding from me with his umbrella down because he doesn't want to talk to me. And here's Chase. How you doing, bud? Good to see you.
How you doing?
I'm having a good day. We were talking to Daniel and Rob. Holy! What the heck is going on in here? There's a fight. I feel like Ken Squire, and there's a fight in the Mahindra Tractor's truck. Do you condone this behavior, my friend?
Well, we're just having fun. We're trying to waste some time, but we got some wrestling fans on this deal, and yeah, I don't know what we're doing, but we're having fun.
Well, it's a good way to pass the time on a rainy day, isn't it? Man, he scared me. I thought I'd been shot.
Yeah, that was a little harder than I thought they were going to go too, but hey, there's some donuts for you. I feel bad that we're going to have to clean these up now, but yeah, we're trying to make the most out of the rain delay.
You were a lot of fun here a year ago. You feel the spirit again this year to be up there battling?
Yeah, I hope so. You know, last year we were definitely really close to pulling it off, and obviously made a huge mistake there at the end. So know what not to do now. Just a matter of putting it all together. So hopefully we can get it going tonight and have a chance of doing that.
Well, it's fun to see you.
Yeah,
have a good time. See who's next on the old garage walk. How you doing, sir? My daughter Macy was there. Hey, I didn't recognize you in your hat. Did you recognize me, Matt?
No, I didn't recognize you in that hat. I like it.
That's pretty cool, right?
That's pretty cool.
I feel like I'm styling. Tell me about your car. How was it in practice?
It was the fastest one here. It's so fast, it's like it didn't even move.
It's not even fair.
It's not even fair. Honestly, it's because of that guy. Well, my crew chief ran away. I was about to say it's because of that guy up there, but he ran away.
What do you do when you don't get to practice and you got 600 miles ahead of you? How do you plan? Is it a lot about simulation, all that stuff?
Yeah, I think a lot of it relies on my crew chief up there. But yeah, no, we have simulators and all that prep work. Yeah, for sure.
All right, well, have fun when we get going.
Yeah, thanks. Hopefully this mess stops, but it's a little iffy.
Chris. It's a little iffy down here with me. You familiar with that?
I am, Michael. Hey, by the way, Tony Stewart, those are your guys. I'm sure you're
Those are his donuts.
I'm really proud of what they're doing over there right now.
I mean, SmackDown on Sunday night. Usually that's Friday night. That may be your next gig. Oh, we have Brad Keselowski with us, who has won the 600 before, and RFK Racing already, more top 10 finishes this year than last year, which was your first season with RFK. So thanks for coming here. And the forecast is raining. They're trying to dry the track, but the rain won't stop. What's it feel like?
Feels like I've ate too much already. That's the problem with these rain delays. All you do is eat. And, we're so eager and ready to go. And you have all that kind of nervous energy. All you know to do is just eat. So what can you do? The thing about it is it's the same for everybody, right? So everybody's in the same boat preparation-wise. The big question is if we don't race tonight,
right?
What will it be like tomorrow? Because it'll be a day race, the sun will be out, and these cars drive so much different, and the teams haven't set them up to run during the day.
That's right.
Oh, by the way, that's a tricky thing, but starting up front, exactly where you need to be. Clean air is so important on a track like this. Long race, 600 miles. How do you manage that track position?
Well, yeah, you want to keep it all day for sure. It's really important. Last year, we were not very good, and then we wrecked. And I felt like we got put out of our misery. But this year, we've been a lot more competitive. We had a great run at Darlington, which is why we're starting so close up to the front, Clint, with all the metrics that they use to start the field. So I really like what we've shown at RFK Racing with the progress over the last few weeks, the few months. And I think we'll have a really good Castrol Ford for whenever we do run. But you've got to be able to run the multiple lanes to stay up front, right? They put the resin down on the track.
You think that'll still be there with all this rain?
I mean, I think so. I guess I don't know, right? So you got to find that groove. It's a little bit like a dirt track. You got to find the groove that's got the grip, and that's how you're going to keep your track position.
Yeah, and it may take some time for it to come in. It may still be there, but how long does it take for it to really get activated to where now all of a sudden you have that grip and have the confidence you can go rifle the top like that?
Yeah, and Smoke, when I think about that, such an easy way to get in trouble, right? Start of the race, try to find the grip. It ain't there. Next thing you know, you're sideways, you're in the wall, and 600 miles just got a lot longer.
Walk us through the path of, RFK and where you've come so far. This year, you've been really, really close. I mean, knocking on the door to your first win together.
Yeah, it's been a great, series of progress. It's not one thing. It's never one thing that gets you in front. It's never one thing that gets you behind. It's a lot of things. And we've just kind of been systematically trying to find the weaknesses and make them stronger, whether it's on pit road, which lately it hasn't been. We've had two of the best pit crews with Chris Buescher's crew and my crew on the 16. But then it's on the car side. Like, how do we make the cars faster? Because I don't care how good a driver you are. I don't care how great your pit crew is. If you don't have speed, like, these guys just blow your doors off on the restarts. And we found more and more speed. We're not where we want to be. We still are behind where we want to be with the Chevys. And Tony, I heard you talking before about where the Fords are at. We're fighting that fight together. But we're certainly a lot closer than we were last year. I think the key for us is we have to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
You know, the second you stop moving forward, you fall behind fast.
You've won a Brickyard 400, right? A Southern 500. You've won here before because of Memorial Day, and we saw ran the story about the fallen soldier on your car, and I appreciate you with the American flag. When you do win, you've always done that, and your checkered flag foundation. But there is a lot of emotion in a race like today, aside from doing your job as a driver over 600 miles.
There is. You know, when they have that break, Chris, you know, that they have the break here, lap 200, we stop, they shut the cars off, and, you know, you go from just that pure adrenaline, you know, on-kill racing mode to, oh, everything's quiet. It's such a deep and impactful moment, even in the driver's seat, to reflect on Memorial Day weekend and everything that it means. And, you know, you think about NASCAR and how it was started in the 40s. You know, a lot of war veterans started NASCAR. You know, World War II guys came home. They were a little bit of thrill seekers and started NASCAR. So I think, you know, patriotic roots run deep in the sport. It means a lot to me. I've got family and friends who've served, and certainly respect those that go out and are willing to make that sacrifice, right? Put their butts on the line, and some of them did make that sacrifice. That's what Memorial Day is about, is remembering them. So it's certainly a day that means a lot to me, a weekend that means a lot to me. It's not just a 3-day weekend, right? There's something we're here for to remember, and NASCAR does it so well.
We've been reviewing, we're halfway to the playoffs, so what has happened this portion and what needs to happen, obviously, for you. But give us a little overview of how you'd sum up, maybe not just for your race team, but the way the sport is. There's a lot of interesting stories already.
Yeah, you know, not as many winners as last year. You know, last year it felt like there was a new guy winning every week. This year, not so much. You know, you got 3 or 4 guys that have won the majority of the races by a good ways.
Yep.
And so it seems more realistic this year that you can point your way into the playoffs. But still, you got guys like Chase Elliott who are out. You got guys like Alex Bowman are out. They're not going to stay out.
Right.
They're way too fast to not make it in. They're either going to point their way in or they're going to win a race. So, you know, we have our cars with Chris Buescher and myself sitting 8th and 13th in points, and I feel like one of us two is probably on the cutoff line right now. So we really want to win to feel good about it, because you cannot rest on your laurels at all.
Yeah, we had 16 different winners last year, and then before the playoffs, and then 17 when Bubba Wallace won in. So it'll be interesting to watch. And good job yesterday, along with all the drivers only. You had rain fill.
We did.
And Austin Sidrick kind of stole the show, playing reporter. You were in the studio doing the easy TV job.
Yeah, you know how that is. It's so easy back here. It's just so easy. I'd rather drive the race car. I'll tell you, I'm just glad that I wasn't Austin Cindric or Tyler Reddick, because, you know, they toilet papered Kevin Harvick's motorhome.
Yes, oh yeah, we all saw it.
The inside.
And,
I mean, the outside you can get away with, you know,
inside.
Look at this.
And there you go, Jamie. Go ahead, Fish, because we're going to go to Jamie Little, who's with.
I got money on one of these two guys getting wrecked today.
He put his shoes on, for crying out loud.
Okay, let's check in now with Jamie Little.
Okay, so yesterday during the Drivers Only broadcast, this guy, Austin Cindric, was the superstar, and he was the most talked about because how funny you are. So now it's my turn to get to interview you in a rain delay. What was the response like from your teammates and from all the fans?
Yeah, it's been fun. I mean, certainly enjoyable to act like a complete goofball on live television for 2.5 hours. So I guess people respond to that. But it was funny talking to Joey and Ryan about it this morning in our pre-race meeting, because they thought I prepared content to do. No, I just completely pulled that out of the back of my head. It's just, I don't know.
That's you.
I guess that's me. I was talking with Bolins today about it, and he's like, yeah, I had guys come up to me and say, I didn't know Austin, was so clever or whatever, so funny, and that must be fun to be around all the time. He's like, yeah, it's real awesome to be around all the time, because it doesn't stop. So
it was fun. It was really fun. And then today's been a great day for you. I have to bring that up. The Indy 500, your dad, Tim Cindric, was the strategist for the winning car for Joseph Newgarden. What was that like, watching that moment?
I can tell you my heart rate still has not come down. Super proud of Joseph, everyone on that team, but for Roger to get win number 19 at Indy, to get Shell the win at Indy, all the things that make that day special. You know, my pops was just inducted in the IMS Hall of Fame on Friday, so kind of a storybook weekend for him. So really cool for me and my family for that win. But yeah, super proud of Joseph. He's been a star of our race team and a deserving champion. So I am, like I said, I am emotionally like torn up about all of it. Hard to like almost focus that I have a job to do today. I wish I was there, but super proud of everyone down there. I know they're going to burn it down tonight.
Yeah, congratulations to everybody. Hey, yesterday, so we went into Kevin Harvick's motorhome and we toilet papered it, and you were part of that. And we went through the drawers, and we know that you're always looking for snacks. That's like your thing. Let's go through your snacks. I want to see what you have up here.
I got you. I can get you covered.
Tell me what you like. What your favorite stuff is. I know the drawer.
Yep.
This is it right here.
So I am a Slim Jim guy. So those are not mine. That's not
Devil
me.
Dogs?
That's not me. But yeah, Slim Jim guy. Pretty much. Oh, and then they got these, what are these, banana ones? These are really good. That's a good breakfast move. But this is pretty much the only two things I get out of this drawer.
Okay.
Great combo.
You put any in your car when you're racing, especially for 600 miles?
No, I don't do much food while I eat because it's hard to clean. Like if you have like a Cliff Bar or something like that and you get like some of it in your molars, when you're wearing a helmet and it squishes your mouth, like it gets stuck in your teeth, it's a bad time. But yeah.
This is what I discovered.
So the key here on the drumsticks is, and this is not a plug, but Roger Penske loves drumsticks. Like, that's his thing. I would put money down that he has consumed one since the conclusion of the Indy 500. I would put a substantial amount of money that's happened already.
So this is a staple, always on the two-hauler.
Staple, absolutely.
Well, it was fun. Good luck to you if we race tonight or tomorrow, but it's been fun. Great job yesterday. We're going to have you back to do more rainfill, okay?
I think one and done's good for me. I'm all right with that. Stick with driving.
All right, thanks, Jamie. The driver's only thing is always outstanding. And that drums, you know, I'm a big dessert guy. By the way, Roger Penske, we failed to mention it was his guy who won the Indy 500 earlier today. So congratulations. And I've always wanted to say this just in, but we're getting official word that, and they're making the announcement here at Rainy Charlotte Motor Speedway. Yes.
Don't do it to me.
Well, people need to know so that we can have the pregame ceremonies. We've been postponed. The Coca-Cola 600 until tomorrow at 3 o'clock on Fox. And the Xfinity race will now be at 11 a.m. FS1 will carry that. So what a great Memorial Day doubleheader after the great day of racing today. Xfinity, 11 a.m. on FS1, 3 o'clock on Fox for the 6.
reverse models when you purchase.
He's Randy. Everyone loves his famous all his dishes. Goya adobo. So good that all your friends will give you
Spectrum One, Anna gets internet with fast and reliable. All for $49.99 a month. Go to Spectrum.com/save more to see how much you can save. Or call us and we'll do it for you. With Spectrum One, Anna is saving over $70 a month.
Tomorrow, the Coca-Cola 600 3 Eastern on Fox, and again 11 a.m. over on FS1 will be.
I just wanted to be recognized as a quality driver.
My background followed his.